show last night. We'll dive into that in a minute. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to First Take. I am Shea Cornett, Stephen A. Smith. Oh, and good morning, Big Perk. How are you this morning?
Good morning. Good morning. Hold up. Hold up. What the hell is going on? You know, I know an election just took place in the state of Texas, but I didn't know Perk was auditioning to be running. Look at the brother Dapper with the blazer, with the tie, Shay. You're looking good, big boy. You looking good, man. What the hell?
Say, hey, SA, you know, it's that time of the season. It's seasonal. You know what I mean? I started abiding by rules on First Take as we get into the thick of things. We getting into postseason time. You know, you got to upgrade.
That's right.
Set an example. Better late than never.
Very, very proud.
Yeah.
Better late and a fresh cut, too. All right, let's get into it. Let's go to what the Thunder did last night because they reached 60 wins with an OT win over the Pistons. It took all the Thunder had, including Shea dropping 47 points and the Pistons being without 4 of their 5 starters. Oklahoma City has only lost 1 game in over a month. They still sit 2.5 games in front of the Spurs in the West. And so as we look back at last night, we watched the Thunder and obviously the Pistons, albeit not at full strength. Was this a finals preview, Stephen A?
To me, it's a tough call right now. It could be. I'm of the mindset that it won't be because I still think that it's the Boston Celtics with Jason Tatum ascending. I have not given up on my Knicks, contrary to popular belief. I've just given up on them when it comes to the Pistons, not when it comes to anybody else. I'm going to say the answer to this question is no. I think both teams have strong impediments, roadblocks that could get in their way. I think the Pistons even more so than Oklahoma City, even with San Antonio up in there. I'm looking at the Pistons. They're younger and what have you. This is their first go around with all of this. I'm not going to sit up there and say that the Pistons are going to represent the East in the NBA Finals. I know they got a shot to. I'm not sleeping on them, but I'm not going to give it that just yet. I was proud of them yesterday, though, down 4 starters, looking the way that they looked. Major props to them. They deserve all the credit in the world. But Shea Butter is something special. He's Shea Butter, and he showed us why yet again last night. But I'm still going to say the answer to that question is no, Big Perk.
I'm with you, and listen, I'm not going to disrespect the champs. I give them a 50% chance over the field to make it to the finals from the West on their side. But when it comes to the Eastern Conference, and we're talking about the Pistons, have they looked good? Yes. Have they been winning games without Cade Cunningham? Absolutely. Have they been putting up a fight every single night and showing their identity and showing their tenacity? Yes. But when it comes down to the East, I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it right now. I said it again, and I'm going to say it right now. I am rolling with the Boston Celtics. Over this past weekend, they sent the strongest message out to the league. When you talk about a statement win that they had over the weekend, when they rolled up into Charlotte, no Jaylen Brown, no Derek White, and they go in there and they handle business. And Jason Tatum dropped a 32-piece wing dinner, all flats, lemon pepper style. So when I look at them and I look at their championship experience, Peyton Pritchard had 26 or 28 points in that game. And then you look at their defense. See, that's the thing people don't realize. We talk about Joe Mazzulla's system on the offensive end, and rightfully so. But defensively, they're still one of the top defensive teams in the NBA. They held the Charlotte Hornets to 99 points. Without their 2 best perimeter defenders in Jaylen Brown and Derek White. So when it comes to the Thunder, I give them a 50% chance of getting out of the Western Conference versus the field. But on the other side, I'm all in with the Boston Celtics.
I'm not all in with the Boston Celtics, not just yet, okay? I think they could beat the Pistons. I don't want to see the Pistons as a New York Knicks fan, but I don't mind seeing the Boston Celtics as a New York Knicks fan. I remember what the New York Knicks did to them last year. I know Boston is aching to get back at them or whatever, but I still believe that the New York Knicks against the Boston Celtics, I think that could be a very, very compelling series, and I'm not sleeping on the New York Knicks' ability to take them out. I'm not there. I'm sorry. I'm not giving them that, Big Perk. Not yet.
All right. Go ahead,
Are
Perk.
we talking about the same New York Knicks team that we've been watching over the last month? that some people will be fooled by because they went on the 7-game win streak, but none of those teams were had above 500 record. That same New York team that is dealing with identity crisis when you're supposed to be peaking and playing your best basketball at the moment. This team that still doesn't look right under the Mike Brown system, that New York Knicks team, that's what you're talking about?
All things I've chronicled. All things I've chronicled. And it's the same New York Knicks team I didn't give a snowball's chance in hell last year, and neither did you, of beating Boston. And then not only did they win, but they won by rolling up into Boston in games 1 and 2 and taking them out. So that's what I'm saying. I think that, you know what? No matter what your kryptonite may be, you know what? There's a light at the end of the tunnel when you go up against certain teams. Styles make fights. You like your boxing too. I know you do. Styles make fights. I see what Boston is doing. I hear them loud and clear. They're no joke. Jaylen Brown is elevated. Jason Tatum is ascending. I get all of that. But you know something? Am I giving my Knicks a chance against Boston? Yes, I am.
Right,
yes, I am. And by the way, they're 4-7. They're 4-7 against winning teams. Since the All-Star break, they're 4-7 against winning teams, 9-0 against teams with less than 500 records. So I get where Perk is saying. I'm just saying against Boston, I think whatever, maladies that are plaguing them, they will overcome it when it goes against the Boston Celtics. I'm not sleeping on my Knicks against Boston.
Somehow we went to the Knicks and the Celtics when we had a Pistons team without their top 4 scorers take the Thunder to overtime last night. But okay.
That is correct, Shay. That is correct, Shay.
That's fine. Let's go back to the Thunder because last night there was a foul called on SGA. He pushed off and he was called for it. That is not something we typically see. And so maybe was this a little bit of a tone setter for what we might see going forward, maybe into the postseason? Perk, what do you think? Here's the play right here.
I mean, listen, it was a couple of plays before that. J.B. Bickerstaff was complaining to the refs about, certain calls that SGA was getting. It clearly was a push-off. It was the correct call in the moment. I just think, look, SGA is SGA. He's a crafty player. He has the ability to get separation, to get his shot off. I think he's earned the respect that we won't see these type of calls in the postseason. That wasn't a statement right there, but that was clearly a push-off.
It was a push-off. We saw Michael Jordan get push off Byron Russell for a championship, and we could debate that, but what we don't debate is the greatness of Michael Jordan. We can debate the push-off from Shea Butter, but what we ain't going to do is debate the greatness of Shea Butter. And the fact that, we're not going to sit up here and act like, oh, my goodness, he's so awesome because he got to the free throw line 25 times. The brother hit 63% of his shots. How about that? He finished with 47. How about that? 31 of his 47 came after the half. How about that? OKC's the #1 seed in the NBA. How about that? They're the reigning defending NBA champions with him being the reigning MVP, reigning champion, reigning finals MVP, and still putting up over 30 a night. How about that? We got to be really careful when we're talking about this brother and we're seeing the complaints. Let's put in perspective why the complaints exist. They're existing because he's making teams pay. That's why. They're saying this brother's so gifted, please don't give him an extra break. Don't send him to the free throw line, y'all. Let him earn it because even when he has to earn it, he still does that. Damn. We have a hard enough time stopping him because he's that great. Could you help us out a little bit by not giving him calls? That's what they're saying, which is the ultimate sign of respect. Because if he wasn't Shea Butter, we wouldn't be worried about it. We wouldn't be saying anything. We're saying something because he's busting everybody's ass. That's why.
You got J.B. Bickerstaff saying something, Mike Brown saying something, and now obviously this has all come to fruition. Let's go to the Spurs last night, the team that sits right behind the Thunder because Victor Wembanyama was on one.